Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me and looking to the revised edition. This is going to be an update video, pretty much going through the dual lands and what's happening with the revised market overall. And in some ways, you can pretty much drag this out to what's happening with most of the reserve list in general. So, moving right along, revised edition box sale price. Now, this is the price of every single card that's in revised edition. It is very easy to track what's been happening with the market with this kind of data. And what we can see from MTG Goldfish is that we had the two spikes, 2021, January and April. And ever since then, we've been dropping pretty rapidly off the cliff. $8,667 down to $5,775. That's a $3,000 drop. That is almost 35% or something. That's math right off the top of my head. I'm thinking it's around about 35%. It's obviously more than 30. Yeah, it's probably closer to 40%, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's a big drop. And as we can see, as I zoom in closer and closer and closer to what's actually happening recently, we had a bit of a bump up from 5,878 to almost 6,000. And it started sloping off again with 59 cards declining and 42 cards rising. What does this mean? What does this mean? I think what we're going to have to do is keep an eye on this. But over the last couple of months, there's been a lot of negativity coming from YouTube, influencers, etc. But we can see that there was a huge drop-off, at least as far as the revised edition goes, since April 2021. And certainly it sped up a bit more at the start of this year. April of 2022, but it's just been a general downtrend as people just sell into the really hot market. Anyone that bought in the last couple of years before the spike of 2021, even before the spike of 2020, they're doing really well. If you bought around this point, you're up still 100%. A bit less than 100% now, but yeah, you're still up a lot. So the market has to come down even more if it wants to shake out the hands that are much weaker. And especially if they were buying back here because of resale or scalping or something like that, these guys are going to be losing money as they hold on to cards and not have the money in a bank account that's getting a 4% increase interest. I think Rudy has talked about this. A bunch of other people would have understood this. I think I've talked about this, where interest rates go up, savings accounts also follow, and other assets become risky compared to a savings or a bond or something that gives you returns and is very, very safe. When something does that, then other risky issues or assets will be less likely to go up during a high savings opportunity, because you're just going to get way better returns saving $200,000 in a bank than you are going to have $200,000 in cards, because one's risky, the other one is not. Moving over to Arabian Nights. Bit more of a bumpy ride. That's why I like revised. It actually has a nice curve out. Like, look at this spike, easy to do manipulation, all that stuff. So moving over to the revised cards themselves, starting with Badlands. Badlands moving down. Still, what can we find? A lightly played for $325 USD. Massive drop off in the last couple of months, but that feels like a pretty good deal. But I will admit, a lightly played for $325. You guys can let me know on what you're finding out there. But I think the buy list for these cards now is half this price. That means that TCG is buying it off people who are desperate for probably about $200. A lightly played might be even less than that. And then they're spiking it up to this price. That's the same thing that's happening with the used car market and a lot of other things. Prices are very, very slow to come down for what you can actually buy for, but the buy list from TCG is dropping fast. I think Rudy made a video saying that Star City Games, I guess, hasn't done that, but maybe they've caught on as well. Maybe another website for me to check. Moving over to Bayou, also dropping, obviously. All of these will be dropping. $359 for lightly played. Plateau, actually flatlining, kept to the name, but a $249 for lightly played. This is not bad at all. Once again, you guys can let me know what the prices were a couple of months ago and then a couple of years ago. These prices are dropping fast for the better quality versions, as I think it's expected. As the worst quality ones drop more, the better quality ones have to shine on themselves, and they have to stand out, and they're going to drop the price, and then the lightly played, the heavy played, and moderately played will have to drop prices again. Because here's the thing: if you can get a lightly played for 288, why would you get a moderately played for 340? That makes no sense. So obviously these are going to get bought out. These are going to sit, hopefully, and then these lightly played are going to drop in price, and then they're going to sell out. These are just going to sit. So we're going to have moderately and heavily played just sitting around in the market for a while. Same as used cars and houses. Houses maybe not, because you can live with them, but maybe used cars, especially if you take out an expensive loan. Scrubland, moving over to TCG Player. Lightly played for 289. See, this is on the higher end. You can get a heavily played for 220. Would not recommend. A moderately played for 234. If you're up for it. Lightly played for 289. Once again, these prices are not looking bad. I remember some of these coming up in the last couple of months, and these seem lower than those prices are. I remember getting, or at least seeing these in the last year. Lightly played for 309 for a Tiger, one that I'm still keeping my eyes on. Tropical Island. Actually, that's not a bad price for a Tiger. I'll have to go and check the history to see what it might have been a couple of years ago, but yeah, it's probably not a bad idea to keep an eye on those. Tropical Island, moving over to TCG. Lightly played for 472. You can get 3 of them for Card, Market Express. Pretty impressive. And the last 2 expensive one, Underground Sea, damage for 415, not worth it. Lightly played for 675. That is still on the expensive side. A near mint would be an arm and a leg still for that. And the last, Volcanic Island, I think the most expensive. Lightly played for 695, not bad. Near mint for 847. I don't know. But here's the thing. There's 10 listings. There's 9 lightly played for 780 from Joris Closet. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 plus 4, 26 available. Remember the last couple of months, last year and a bit, couldn't find any. And if you could find some, they'd be super expensive. And even if they came onto the market, they were getting bought up. So these 10 listings, 100%, they're holding on to more in the background. 100% they do not want to flood the markets at this point right now. They are trying to bring the prices down to a point where people are still buying. And as interest rates go up, I feel like people are going to be more and more hesitant. And if these guys need to sell, prices will come down. But don't forget, the buy list is different to what you can buy these from the shops. The buy list is going to be what they're going to give you as an offer, and it's not going to look good. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to do these quick videos of news articles and or Magic and other card games and anything else that I'm interested in. And we'll see how that goes. Anyways, thanks for watching and have a good one. See ya.